It's Brice and Win with the challenge breakdown. It's Brice and Win with the challenge breakdown. It's Brice and Win with the challenge breakdown.
Welcome to episode 10 of the challenge breakdown. It's your boy Wendell Holland. I am from Survivor, and I am here with my good friend, my good brother, the host of the Purple Pants podcast, the third boot of Survivor Cagayan, the one and only Mr. Brice Izyah is in the building. How we doing, sir?
It's not a good day for the gays. It is not a good day for the gays.
We'll get into it. And we are also joined by the one and only, the Joey to the Hatch, the missing J in BWP, the third head of the snake.
Whoa. Oh, whoa. Where is this snake? Okay. I'd like to see it.
The third head of the monster. Whoa. The one and only tour manager himself, Joey to the Hatch. How you doing, Joey? How you doing?
What up? I got nothing special to say. I'm just ready to jump into this right now. Let's get it.
Let's
get it.
Purple is not having a good day today.
Not having a good day, but it will be a good month because the BWP Tour 47 continues. We just were in Nashville. Shout out to Nashville. Showed out. Next week, we will be in New Orleans, October 30th. And who?
You gotta say Nolans.
Nolans. We'll be in the NOLA, baby. The Big Easy, which is a episode that you definitely don't want to miss. I know this is the challenge, but listen, we still plug Survivor. After that, we'll be in Chicago, November 20th. From Chicago, we'll be in our home city, Philadelphia. I mean, it don't end there. Okay. Then we got Boston, December 4th. Then Washington, D.C., December 11th. And the finale in Brooklyn on December 18th. Tickets are available. You can click the link in the Brice and Win Present Instagram or Twitter bio, or you can click Joey Hatch's Instagram and click that and bless his page up. Also, can we shout out while we was in Nashville?
Woo!
Taking a photo with somebody. Somebody said, "That's Hatch." I said, "Joey, get over here."
They called him out.
I thought there was something to like everybody gassing you up and everything, but it kind of felt good for somebody to recognize who you are. And like I had no connection to them, so it was kind of dope.
Hatch was spotted in the wild, huh, Perp?
He was spotted in the wild. He turned right on.
No church in the wild, baby.
Oh, okay.
Well, you heard it first, ladies and gentlemen. If you see Joey Hatch in the wild, you better run up on him, call him out.
Makes my day.
Makes his day.
Yeah.
But now, let's get into this.
Let's draw some lines in the sand.
The line's been drawn.
And that's the thing that kind of gets on my nerves. Now, I love Johnny Bananas, but you telling people to pick a side, but you didn't pick the side. It's just the hypocrisy of the challenge that I love, that not necessarily has anything to do hypocrisy.
Oh, the what?
It is the double standard in the challenge that cracks me up. It's like they be wanting somebody to draw the line in the sand, but when they draw the line in the sand, then they offended, then they mad, then they say the game is on. But when was the game not on? I don't know. It is this hamster.
Are we ever going to be able to make you feel happy about this? Because I feel like every week there's something that's going to like.
Every week. That's the name of the game, of the challenge.
Correct.
You gotta have friends, but they can't be your good friends. But then you gotta have that. It's like MySpace. You gotta have your top 5.
My MySpace was lit.
You were around for MySpace, Brice?
I was not. I've read about it.
Oh man.
Oh, then
I thought I was the youngest person on the cast.
You are not. I am the youngest one here.
Well,
so good.
How did we get into this episode?
They were just recapping kind of the last when they sent home Casey and Devin. And it's Corey's talking about we get back in the house and the first thing I hear is Devin's name. And I'm like, bro, like why is he even involving himself in the mix? Like, bro, you weren't even nowhere to be seen in this. Relax. It's okay.
Not too much. Not too much on Corey. But the targets this week are Derek, Ryan, Bananas, Jenny, Aviv, and Rachel. Picked by Tori and I don't know why I want to call that man Jacob.
Kylan?
No. Who won? Tori and
Kylan.
Kylan. It's not Kylan.
Didn't he?
Who's the new Devons or who's the new bananas of the era?
Devin lost
to Kylan.
In the plug.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, my bad. Sorry. My calculator wasn't computing.
Okay.
That's all right. So we're back in the house and it's the ghost of Devin. And what are we noticing? There's the lines are being formed and Bananas has his.
The lines are being formed only because now it's an individual game. Everybody's got to like kind of fend for themselves. So everybody's trying to figure out who they can link up with and who can attach themselves to who to better their game.
And also, there's always a point when the lines have to be drawn in these games.
Yes.
So why is it a surprise?
Isn't the name of the game, all right, you might either protect certain people or just not look their way for a certain amount. But then, there's a time when it's like, all right, there's only a few of us left.
Picking people off left and right. You know what I mean?
We know the game.
Come on. Everybody wants to be part of an alliance. We even learned a new alliance that, like, out of nowhere this episode, the LOLers, you know what I'm saying?
The Lady of Leisures. I'd like to join that. Okay. You could call me a Lady of the Leisure.
But it's like everybody wants an alliance. Everybody wants to, since the Vacation Alliance is being dismantled, everybody's like, all right, we're going to form an alliance over here. So the Ladies of Leisure was created. I think Bananas Angels was created this episode, or the Rachel CEO and Johnny's Ladies, however they formed it in the episode.
What a great power move for Rachel to cripple the Vacation Alliance to the point where it's so fractured that there are all these new alliances sprouting up.
Amazing. That's amazing. And I think it's better for the game that way. Like, nobody wants to see the Vacation Alliance just keep picking people off. Like, no, let's get some new things in here. Let's shake it up a little bit. I'd like to see the thing shaken.
I like it, and I like that Johnny Bananas was on the other side because he was that powerhouse for so long, protected, so insulated, and then he got to see this other group being just like how he used to be, get a taste of his own medicine, but he's so good at this game that he's kind of standing on his own and working his own angles over here while the Vacation Alliance was doing what they had to do. And now we got cracks.
Correct.
Yeah. Not only do we have cracks, but now how the game is going, where the men pick the women and the women pick the men. What better way to be insulated than with a whole bunch of women, right? Like, it is the smartest thing ever. So I'm not mad at that at all for Mr. Johnny.
Somehow I think that Bananas is like a secret producer on the show because he always just finds like little ways, little strategies that like other people just have no clue. So either he's the smartest person in the world and just figured out each challenge individually, or like, I don't know, they're like, yo,
when you worked at a job for 47 years, normally the person you go to for advice on the job or how to do the job isn't the boss of the company. It's the person, it's Sheila at the front desk.
Johnny is boots on the ground. He's been in, like Brice said, he's been in it for so many years. Those kinds of players, the Johnnies, the CTs, the Wesses, they're like having another producer in the game. They know what is good TV. They know how to shake things up. They know when to, like, it truly is like having another producer.
Yeah. Well, let's get into Terrell.
Yeah, this was a nice shirt. I like the collar action on the shirt for sure.
Jerome.
Era slick all the way back too.
They got the gel this week because last week they ain't have enough. They had to get a new container.
But that's a nice color blue. I think I'd rock something like that. I can definitely see that on me for sure.
Okay. And so then, TJ lets us know that we have 6 targets, but it really will only be 3 targets, heads or tails, to whether it's going to be a men's or a women elimination. And it got chosen that it was a men's elimination and that the only real targets here are Derek, Ryan, and Bananas, which definitely shakes things up a little bit because
2 of them are best friends and one of them is the most hated in the house.
Right.
And very dangerous.
Right.
Yeah.
This challenge was an interesting challenge, though. Fire away. And it wasn't really anything too difficult, right? It's 300 feet of field. It's like a football field in the heat of the sun. They launch a couple of balls at you.
Whoa.
Okay. From every which way.
Dodging them, Brice?
Dodging them, catching them. However, then you can only take 2 at a time. You got to run back and fill up a container. I think it's, I don't know. Is it
that's a lot of people left. The 2 at a time, like that's a lot of running. I don't know how many. It looked, that was probably about 20 to 26 tennis balls that would fit in that contraption that they had. So that's, if it's between 20 or 26, that's at least 10 to 13 trips you got to do. So that's a lot of running
in the heat. And then you have to put together a puzzle that has 40 on top of it.
Correct.
Give me a CT pro tip, Brice.
CT pro tip. Always make sure you turn the puzzle pieces both ways to see if there is a puzzle or not. But yeah, this is one of those ones where it's like, again, I think this is an earlier challenge before or something similar where people are starting off running. Baby, you could skip. Okay. I think it's better if you start off slow and then speed it up, right? Like it's hot. That's a lot. And I don't do well in the heat.
I've never been on none of these challenges, but when I've been to Jamaica with you, and being out in that hot sun all day.
We've been to Mexico together, Joey.
Yeah, but we were on a leisure trip. I'm talking about like doing some like
building trip.
Correct.
Was it not hot?
Correct. It was hot.
Were you not sweating?
Yes, but I also had a pool.
Did you have your shirt off?
Yes.
Was the belly out?
My belly's always out. I don't care anymore.
Where is our next team building trip gonna be? That's for another topic. Anyway.
Yes. Anyway, like I was saying, like you've been out there working in the heat, and you're just like, yo, when you're even not exerting as much energy, you're still, sweating. Imagine having to run in that, like that sun just beating down on you. I felt bad for, we saw a casualty, in the game in Michelle. Shout out to Michelle, but like, yeah, if you're not prepared for something like that, you're going down.
Yeah, that was hard to see Michelle. We know Michelle from the Survivor realm, and Michelle's a puzzle girly, right? Like, if it's one thing that I always say about Michelle on this challenge is that they can underestimate her. However, when it comes to these little nuances and puzzles, Michelle is always there. So to see Michelle fumble like that, like I was watching it like, wow, like my sis is out there really hurting because she's a puzzle girly. Now, watching Ryan. I'm rooting for the girl. And I really do feel like, and I'm all over the place here, but I really do feel like in this episode, just throughout it, like I really felt like, I don't know if Ryan believed in himself, right? Like I know there's like these younger players out here, and Ryan is Ryan won, right? He's a winner.
No, I don't think he did. No.
Okay, but I just felt like Ryan's confidence wasn't there, right? Like I felt like he was against the wall, and I felt like he was in his own head, in his own way, because there were just a lot of mistakes that he was making this episode that I felt like if he was boosted up enough and felt comfortable, I'm not sure that he'd be making those mistakes.
Well, a lot of people, it was hot, so a lot of people were making the same mistakes that Ryan was making. Honestly, people were putting, the tennis balls in other people's contraption.
Whoa!
Have you ever done that?
No.
Oh.
No. Never. But yeah, it's like when it's hot out there, I can see mistakes being made. You're not thinking, like you saw Michelle say, she was like, my brain's literally not working. Like I'm trying, but I can't.
Do you think that there was a little fact? Do you think that some of that can be attributed to Devin being gone and her being like,
that
just a little disoriented? Like, all right, usually I got my dude and we're locked in. We lock in together. This time it's like, oh, wow, I'm feeling the on my own type. I don't know. I'm asking.
she debated leaving. Like when you heard the conversation with Liv, she was like with Devin being gone, I kind of just like, what's the purpose of being here anymore?
And he in Thailand waiting for me.
He is in Thailand. He did say that last episode.
True. He chilling.
But they did bring him up a lot this episode for somebody that's not in the game.
It was pretty funny how they make him like pop up like
yeah.
But what does that say about the control that he had in the game?
Yeah.
That he's gone and they have literally edited him in. Like so Devins was a mastermind.
Who?
Devin.
Yeah, and he's won once.
Yeah.
And for them to like for him to have that kind of control and that kind of respect, it says a lot about him. Devin, he's one of my favorite characters to watch.
Well, I like the way he strategizes and he like politically moves and is able to make, things happen, move and shake. So yeah,
just don't put no tangled up cords in front of him.
One of my new favorite players to watch is Jordan.
Why?
I mean, I think he's interesting. He's, easy on the eyes. He talks the talk, but he's not as, what's the word I want to use? Like, I feel like Johnny Bananas is in your face. He gonna let you know what's going on. I feel like Jordan is a little more reserved. However, he is that cocky when pushed. And
he's toned it down a lot.
Jordan it's like this might be a sweet spot season for him. Because usually he comes like every season I've seen him. He's so strong and aggressive. He looks at you, talks that mess, goes down there. He'll either beat you or get beat, but like he has no chill. And this season, he's chilling a little bit, and I like it. And it's
he doesn't have to do damage. I like it.
And it's like he smartened up a little. Like, look, I could be this boisterous, loud, aggressive, almost obnoxious beast, or I can reserve this energy as reserves and like, all right, when I need to turn on, I'll turn on. But until then, maybe it'll be an easier path if I'm not that person.
And you heard what he said kind of towards the end before the elimination. It was like, yo, I love seeing Tori getting all these strong young guys pledging their allegiance to her, to back her. So I don't have to do a thing. And then if something goes wrong, I can just blame it on Tori. So like,
when did he say that?
He said the blame it on Tori part before they had to do the deliberation in the chamber. But
when did he say the Tori building an army? Where were
that was right before when Tori had went to Theo and Josh and
was it here? Because I pledge my allegiance. Okay.
I'm so glad they didn't show Corey during the actual challenge.
Well, it was a puzzle, so they weren't going to show much. Exactly. Okay. I love my man, but I know his strengths and his weaknesses. But again, smart on Tori, because like we said with the Bananas Angels, get these men to protect you because they're going to be ultimately the ones putting you in. And you know me, I'm snuggled up right in the middle between Jordan and Corey, okay? Call me Gladys and the Pips, because I'm on that midnight train. Choo choo.
Bro, what did that reference have to do with this at all?
That's your man. That's your man.
And shout out to Tori, because Tori took it home as well. And she won. Now, tongue in cheek for the rest of the episode, because it's like, we know who Tori is putting in. Like, it's not, is that even a question? Right? Like, but what I will say, as the number of the players continue to get smaller, the outings, I think Rachel started it off last week. Rachel was like, this is not an outing. This is Rachel's court. This week, I was loving to see the conversations that people were having and which way, how they're going and who they working with and all these different things. That going out part is, in my opinion, one of the best parts, because it's like, let's get a little loose and let's talk our ish.
What's the saying, like drunk
words, sober thoughts,
something like that. So yeah, it's like you get to see what people are really thinking, how they're really thinking, how they're really going to act when the pressure's on. So
yeah,
Yeah, how many tequilas did he have?
He was just getting started. He was just getting started. Now, then the debate comes where it's Derek and Ryan, and Derek and Ryan don't really want to go against each other. However, first of all, I love the gays. Always going to be rooting for the gays. But like I've said before this episode, Ryan was clocked out because Bebe, Derek was clocked in. Derek is normally with his girl Aviva. He's with Laurel and that crew, but with the Bananas Angels forming, Derek is like, I don't really know if they have my back as much. Maybe I need to be talking to Tori. Maybe let me leverage this, right? And I didn't necessarily see so much of that from Ryan, right? And I see Derek out here politicking and really kind of looking for his game long term. And I'm not mad at that. And I love that for Derek.
Yeah, you got to do that. You should absolutely do that.
You have to advocate for yourself.
Yeah. Or else, and if you make assumptions on friendships based on friendships or whatever, you can't assume anything, even your own friends.
We saw that with Josh, right? Last week when he was yelling at Corey. Was it Corey? Or no, 2 weeks ago, was it?
Mm-hmm.
When they were just like, he was like, yo, like, I thought that you had it because, like, that's your girl. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Casey Rachel thing.
Correct.
And what did you two think of this Tori and Rachel conversation? We know Tori and Bananas are adversaries at this point, and Rachel is she's the CEO of the Bananas Angels, and Tori is like, well, if I got Bananas as an adversary, I need to maybe work on this politicking. And I'm not mad at that for Rachel. I'm a little concerned with Tori working with Rachel a little bit because I feel like at the end of the day, Rachel is going to be loyal to Bananas. But how the format is set up, it doesn't really matter because TJ said today, the men ultimately have the final decision as to who the targets that get picked to go into the dungeon.
Well, it's always been that way, kind of. It's just more prevalent now because you get to choose. The three that you choose are automatically going in. Before it was like, you choose a man and woman from each era, depending on who won the elimination. So,
but at today's elimination, TJ said the ultimate decision comes down to Tori, the lady.
Yeah, what do you say? If there's a stalemate, the woman makes the decision or something like that.
Got you. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So you want to get to the deliberation? Yeah. To the chamber?
Yeah.
This was an all-time classic deliberation for me because you get to see, two best friends. They're in there. I think Derek was like, look, I haven't talked game with you, so I'm not going to start talking game. Like, your decision is your decision. Ryan's already in there, and Bananas just snaps. He's like, I'm going to just call her number, and I'm just going to dare her to do it. And I thought he was just saying that just for TV, but he actually went in there and dared her. So, like, it was just great for TV. I don't know. What are your thoughts on it?
But also, if you know you're going in, then why not go up there? Because you could go in there.
Who did it? Who did it, Brice? Who was in the elimination? Who went home guns blazing?
Oh, Tina.
Yeah.
But Johnny didn't even hold a candle to Tina though, because Tina went
home. Right.
But what about your boy, little dude, that went up against Theo?
Oh, you talking Challenge USA?
Oh, Paulie, nah, this season. Paulie said, I got a bone to pick with you.
He was looking up at him like,
you've been talking a lot of smack. I want to see you in the dirt. We gonna get down and dirty. Okay. Theo said, boom.
It is interesting now I know we're in the deliberations, but it is interesting to see that since it has turned to an individual game. You know how the last couple of episodes we would see these team meetings and they'd be like, if they're an enemy of us, they're an enemy of you. You peep how now that it's an individual game, a lot of people just is. Like a lot of people is sitting back.
Or they're co-signing on the low signing. Like,
right.
Yeah, that's a good, do that.
Do your thing.
They did that to Tori about Bananas today. I think I saw Jordan was for sure doing it. And
What's the rule in Survivor? What's the rule in Survivor? You don't say a name, you make somebody else say the name, and then you just go along with it. That's kind of how it was.
Rule number 1. So Jordan was with it, but when Bananas called him out, he was like,
yeah.
But also Josh was with it too.
Well, was he though?
He said something to Tori like, yeah, do it.
I was cracking up though, because first of all, I love how extra Bananas is. And so Tori, they come and make the decision to tell him, and Bananas going off. And then Bananas, as he's going off to Tori, he like, Jordan, you in this too. Like, don't think that you're escaping what I'm saying. And I love how Jordan was like, he can go off all he wants to, but at the end of the day, the ladies are making the decision. So, like, what does it matter? However, he does have. See, I don't want to say what I want to say, but I'm going to say what I'm going to say anyway, right? Like, I think it's so smart for Johnny potentially to have someone like Aviv on his side, right? Like, we don't really see her a lot. She's more than likely probably going to go down soon. And if she were to win, she now is making that decision that, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's like you want to have these strong women, these beasts, but you also want to have like some mid-level threats, because these mid-level threats more than likely are guilty by association and get called down there. And you know, Aviv is I don't want to say a dog. She's a panther.
She's a dog. And furthermore, she's a winner. She is 100%. She played and she won one time with Darrell back in the day. You know who she reminds me of, Brice?
Who?
Your good friend Desi.
Oh, well, yeah.
Just like strong and like doesn't need to say much. But I bet when you got to roll up your sleeves, you're going to see something.
Absolutely. It was interesting when we finally get down to this elimination, killer quads. Now,
Brice,
there are, and I would be great at this.
Not only would you fall off every time, every turn, but you'd also knock into everything. And we've seen you try to drive and parallel park.
I can drive and I don't even, okay, I'm not even.
Mr. I'll drive up, but as soon as we get to New York City,
I don't want to drive in the city. Yeah,
he doesn't like driving in the city.
I can park, I can drive. Did I not drive? First of all, look. Last time we went to New York City, right? We all took turns driving.
Yes,
correct.
Just
okay. I drove 50%. You drove 25 and Joey drove 25. So please, like, let's not talk about driving, because I pull my weight driving.
Okay.
Joey, when we was on those scooters in Nashville, was I not whipping?
Like Willow Smith said, whipping hair back and forth.
Okay. Here was so I love Ryan. Ryan was pissing me off during the challenge though, right? And again, I just feel like his head wasn't in it. But if Ryan were to be in it, this challenge could go on for hours.
You'd get fatigued, you'd fall, you'd hit somebody is bound, like it's so redundant and monotonous. Someone is bound to fumble.
I've been watching for whatever reason, the algorithm on my TikTok is these insurance frauds, right? Where people will, in a beat up car on the highway, pull in front of you and you rear in them. What I wanted to know was, maybe someone in the comments can help us listen, or do y'all know, the name of the game was to get the other person's flag.
Correct.
I know what he's
so about. Is there a world where so I'm assuming you couldn't have turned it around and actually, but if I stop and you stop behind me, if I would have grabbed your flag before you grab mine and I'm in front of you, would I still have won?
I don't know, because TJ's good for letting some things slide or being like, oh no, I didn't say that you couldn't do that, so you're able to do it.
But also, we don't hear all the minutia in the rules. We hear the Jack Ropes version. We hear the all right, you spin around in a circle till you grab a flag. But then that's like, all right, hey guys, here, you have to go in this motion. You have to do this. If you do this, So, but Brice, I think it's a good question when you say like once someone caught up to you, now is it fair game?
Right. That's what I'm saying.
I think they should have allowed that. I.e., I think they should have said to them, "Look, if someone catches up to you, it's on." Because at that point, it's just like Ryan was just blocking.
Right. And another thing, like we saw how unfortunately it turned out, but at one point Ryan's car just stops, and those quads, they only have an unlimited amount of gas. And so I am thinking, is that also a potential thing of what if you just run out of gas? Like then somebody else can just come around. Like that's what I just didn't understand. I wish there was just a little bit more into this. I wish there was, you could bob and weave, or you could like, I wish there was an actual method to it. It wasn't just going in circles.
What the hell was this challenge? Like, I've been watching the challenge for all these years, and now, like, I'm not gonna say because Bananas is going in, they're just like, all right, we're just gonna throw some quads in there, like some motor vehicles, and then let them drive around in circles. Like, come on, like, what are we actually doing?
Yeah.
What are we actually doing, people?
That's Bananas right now. He's saying it's a real challenge.
Like, come on.
But I don't think this was rigged for any. I think this was.
I should have said it was rigged.
Equalizing.
And I'm not mad at it. And if respectfully, if it were rigged for anybody, they was giving a pass to Ryan. Okay.
Right.
Now, can I have permission to call somebody out real quick? Respectfully and with love.
Anytime you say respectfully and with love, you're about to get disrespectful.
So go ahead with the disrespect for somebody that's
not no disrespect, but I just find it ironic that the people on the top shelf that's watching, because we got a confessional from somebody named Nehemiah talk about, I would have loved to be down there with this. You know, I love the Mario Kart. Well, actually, sir, 2 weeks in a row when they was throwing you down there, you wasn't that happy. So I don't care if you like Mario Karts or not. Don't say you wish you was down there, Nehemiah.
Not too much on my man.
No, I love Nehemiah, but I'm just saying. Don't.
People always say they want to do something after they see it. You know what I mean? It's like hindsight's 2020, or what is it? Hindsight is
2020.
Yeah, hindsight is 2020.
Morning quarterbacking. But I'm just saying, Nehemiah. They push you. You was a target a couple of times. In order to go down there, you would have had to been the target, Nehemiah. So I'm just saying. Cool it. I love Nehemiah though.
You playing with Nehemiah because he's gonna be DJing for us one day. He's gonna punch you in your throat.
I'm gonna pop, lock, and drop it.
Whoa.
Okay.
Whoa.
So ultimately,
Bananas threw his banana peels and got Ryan out of here.
Ryan needed a turtle shell.
He needed the blue spikes.
Right, he needed some milk. But it was hilarious though, because it's like we said earlier in this episode, when you had a job, if you had a job for 30 days and you got a question, you go to the senior person in the office. Bananas, he got a little too hyped because, you know, he was ready to say Tori's name. And TJ was like, anybody but the... I know that.
He was sick. He was absolutely sick because the whole time when he won, he was like, I'm throwing Tori right in.
Yep.
Now, okay. Banana said, okay, y'all want to play the Devin game? Devin still in here? Where's those ladies of leisure? Because I'm going to need y'all to LOL right down here. Whoo!
Right in.
Now, I was cracking up when Nia was like, now, how did I get in there?
Right.
Yeah, first of all, I just feel bad for Olivia. Like, she's been the target the most.
She catches a lot of strays. She catches a lot of strays for sure. But I think it's because who she lines up with.
Right. Yeah, but it's also like, where are you amongst that alliance?
Right.
So it is interesting.
First of all, wait.
Okay, go ahead.
When did her and Michelle become best friends? Like, when did that happen? She was like, my bestie was her, and I'm like,
They've been friends.
Okay. Everybody's best friends.
Come on, Josh. Okay.
Everybody's best friends with somebody. But okay.
Here's what I will say, and I've used this analogy last week, but I'll use it again because with these individual games, I have brought last week, I brought the groceries in. This week, I'm soaking my cabbage in the sink and I'm turning on the stove because when I tell you we are about to start cooking in this kitchen on this season, oh, because let Michelle come back. It be giving out like I mean because here's the thing, and this is sorry, let me calm down. Here's what I love so much about, and I respect Tori and I respect Bananas. Take your shots, right? Call them all out, but like when you take a shot, they are going to return fire. So when you put up all of the people that are not protecting you, they only are going to take shots at you.
Mm-hmm.
But the good thing about Bananas at this point, he's not surrounded by a lot of men.
He's got his angels.
Right. And that's like we were talking about being the boots on the ground. It's like, all right, women are calling men out. I'm gonna just befriend all of these women real quick, and hopefully they can protect me, and I can protect one or two of them when it suits me. Because who said it this episode? They said Johnny loves himself more than he loves anybody else, and that's evident.
So is it a respectable game move at this point in time, right? Because now it's just the guns are blazing. Is it ever smart, or does the challenge not work like this? So sure, I'll take a shot at Michelle. Sure, I'll take a shot at Olivia. Maybe I should just throw my girl Aviv in there in the event that she wins. She can protect me and still aim at the guys over there. Or do you understand what I'm saying? Like it's like but I know nobody wants to be put in there.
Nah, if you're you don't, your allies.
But do you understand what I'm saying though, right?
Yes, but you got to get through that current, like if you're not putting my name in, then I don't even have to be down there. Then I don't even have to worry about next. Like, yeah, I've
said this before on here. I wish that this was like a season where you were forced to go down.
Well,
I like that, and I don't like it because I love when someone can evade a whole season and not going down, because I feel like that to me is stronger than physical strength. But I understand what you're saying, but I'm going.
Who was the reason that they changed the rule on Survivor for that? Who was like kept sitting out challenges that one season?
Oh, Claire.
Yeah, it was like, come on, like.
But that's different though. That like Claire opted to sit out. You not being a target and going in isn't you opting not to be a target. It's you maneuvering the game and playing the game, and none of the people putting you up in there.
True.
But people are ticking. Time is ticking. Soon, in 1 or 2 episodes, there will be a winner that somebody does not like, and they are going to be forced to put somebody. That's what I'm saying. I'm just soaking the greens right now.
Fireworks at some point. I mean, that's
what I'm saying.
I don't know if you watch the previews for next week. I normally don't, but like the past few weeks, I've been watching it, and yeah. People are yelling and screaming at each other, and I just can't wait to see what's about to take place.
And it looks like some of Johnny's webs might be sticking on your girl from the preview that I saw. And I normally don't watch the preview.
Tori?
No, with Naya.
Oh yeah. Oh, he's getting her. He's getting her.
Were you? What you
were saying, was that serious? You know,
like,
when you spin the block.
Didn't her and Jordan have a quick stint together?
A little canoodle.
Yeah, a little noodle.
Whoa.
Oh. Just little. Well, listen. I'm soaking the greens. Next week, I'm gonna put the rub on the turkey because you gotta see
greens.
Did we make greens?
Can you make greens?
Can you make greens?
Stop playing. Y'all know I can cook.
I know you can cook, but greens is like
Greens is
Yes,
good.
I can make. No, you got to soak them. You got to wash them in vinegar. You listen. I know how to cook. You got to throw a smoked turkey neck up in there, or a turkey butt.
Yeah.
Well, on that note,
well, listen. You ain't listen.
We will.
You ain't have no greens yet until you sucking the meat off the turkey butt, because that's how good the greens are.
I will see
a great half of a season. I can't wait to see how this season ends. We will see you on the BWP Tour 47 coming to a city near you. Chicago, New Orleans, Philadelphia, DC, Boston, New York City. All roads lead to New York City. Get yourself a ticket at the link in the @Brice and Wen Present Instagram account, and we will see y'all next week. Peace.